Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ida Murni Jamari from YMS EduTech Learning Hub. Inshallah, we help students to improve by 2 grades in less than 3 months. In this video series of Score A Star for Psle Science, I will be sharing with you how to score full marks for open-ended questions. This is the second episode to the 3-episode series. If you have missed out on the first episode, do not worry, I have included the link where you can watch episode 1. In episode 1, we have discovered how to score full marks for multiple choice questions. In this second episode, I'll be sharing with you how to score full marks in answering open-ended question. The question that I'll be sharing with you is a life science question adopted from 2016 paper, question 34. But before we go into that, let us take a look at the general steps that we need to take in order to solve open-ended questions. If you're ready, let's go. So here are the general steps that you need to take in order to solve open-ended questions. Step 1, read the question. Step 2, underline keywords. By underlining keywords, you will be able to come out with the topic as well as the concept that you are being tested for in the question. Number 4, solve the question. And number 5, check your work. So now if you are ready, let's solve a question. This question is adopted from 2016 Psle paper, question 34. Let's read the question together. The diagram shows white and black moths. The moths frequently rest on tree trunks. There's a white moth over there and a black moth. The bark of tree trunks in town A was light in color. Question A. Which moth would survive better in town A? Explain your answer. Question B. After several years, air pollution caused the bark of tree trunks in town A to turn dark in color. Based on this information, what would happen to the population size of both moths in town A after several years? Explain your answer. Question C. The life cycle of the moth is similar to that of the butterfly. The graph shows the mass of a moth during different stages of its life cycle. There's a graph here which shows mass of moth against time. Name stage C of the life cycle of the moth. Suggest a reason why there is no gain in mass during stage C. So now, let us underline the keywords. White, black moths, rest on tree trunks, bark of tree trunks, town A, light in color. Which moth survive better in town A? Explain. Air pollution caused bark tree trunks, town A, turn dark in color. Based on information, what would happen to population size both moths? Explain. Life cycle, moth similar to butterfly. Graph shows mass moth during different stages. Name stage C. Suggests a reason there is no gain in mass during stage C. From the underlined keywords, we can easily come out with the topics that we are being tested on in this question. We are being tested on two topics, two main topics. The first topic that we are being tested on for question A and B is adaptation. And the second topic that we are being tested on is life cycle of an animal. So based on the underlined keywords as well as the topic that we have came out with, we can safely say that in part A and part B, we are being tested on camouflaging. So what did we learn about the concept of camouflaging in class with our science teacher? We have learned from our science teacher that camouflaging helps animals to obtain food or escape from predator. Animals blend in with their surroundings using colors or patterns. Looking at the question again, it is mentioned that the bark of tree trunk in town A is light colored. Hence, which moth would survive better in town A? Explain. Therefore, we can safely say white moth would survive better in town A. The reason is because the white moths could camouflage themselves against the light-colored bark of the tree trunks better than the black moths. Hence, they were less likely to be spotted by predators and eaten. So now let's take a look at question B. From the underlined keywords, we have understood that the color of the bark of tree trunk in town A has become darker. Now we need to explain what will happen to the population size of both moths in town A after several years. This question is once again related to camouflaging. Now that the bark of tree trunk has become darker, hence the population size of black moths would increase, while the population size of white moths would decrease. This is because the bark of tree trunks became dark in color, hence the predators could easily spot white moths as compared to black moths. Therefore, more white moths than black moths would be eaten. In question C, from the underlined keywords, we have came out with the topic of the question, which is life cycle, and the concept that we are being tested on is the life cycle of a butterfly. What did we learn in our science class regarding the life cycle of a butterfly? We have learned that a butterfly has 4 stages life cycle: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Based on the graph, at stage C, there is no increase in mass. We can safely say that stage C is the pupal stage because the pupa of a butterfly does not eat. Hence, there is no gain in mass during stage C. I hope you find this video useful in helping you to solve life sciences open-ended question. Please share this video so that more people can benefit from it. Together, we grow as a successful community, inshallah. In the third episode, I will be sharing with you how to solve physical science open-ended question. So I'll see you in the next video. I'm Ida Murni Jamari, once again from YMS EduTech Learning Hub, signing off from this series of SCORE A-Star for Psle Science. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.